Swing Brothers Podcast, where we bring you real talk, authentic takes, and laughs on sports, pop culture, and life. I'm your host, the Duke of Devon Lando, in the building, along with my big brother Zero. Zero, catch us up, man. How was your week?
The week was pretty okay. I um took off Thursday. Jelly Ball had first her first appointment. Like there's a lot more extra stuff that's going on with that now instead of just looking at blood work. Now yeah, she'll see a nurse. She'll see the social worker to see how she's doing, and then she'll see a teacher to see what if she's having any learning issues, um, what programs they could put her in to like she's gonna take an evaluation test soon to to see what type of learner she is, and like auditory or things of that nature. So we'll figure. Yeah, I think find that out next.
Why does she have to do all
Uh,
this?
we find that out next appointment.
Why does she have to do all this?
It's
Ain't she been back in school for 2 years?
Yeah, but the program is that's just how the program is. Like even though she's been in remission, they have had situations where even after the chemo and all the chemo and stuff has been done, they're still like they've had folks that had mental effects, like even though they don't have to go through that entire situation, they may have like it still may get on them like mentally. So yeah, it may still weigh them down mentally and things of that nature. So they go about it in a way to where they make sure that cancer survivors still have the resources and the people around to help them get through get through whatever situation they may be going through.
Gotcha, gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, it's basically like it's mandatory, sort of.
Yeah, gotcha, gotcha. Okay. Um, when it comes to us, we went to see Michael today. We're recording on a Sunday. Um, and so we went to see Michael. We went to see that movie. Good movie. Really good movie. I think it's Michael Jackson's nephew that uh, did the acting. He did a fantastic job. This wasn't like the American Dream where it focused more on like the Jackson family, and more focused on Michael, and his relationship with his father, Joe Jackson. Um, but overall, I enjoyed the movie. I thought it was a really good movie. Coco Puff got up, started doing the Thriller dance, started doing the Beat It dance. And then she was like, that the last song they played was bad, and spoiler alert. And Coco was like, I never heard this song. And I was like, oh, Daddy's not a big fan of the song, but I'll play the music video for you, probably tomorrow. Because when we got home, it was past her bedtime, so we went straight to bed um, when we got back. But yeah, man, it was a good movie. I took a half day off on Saturday because they were making us work from home. I don't like working from home personally, A lot of people's like, oh yeah, it's great because I get to be, I don't have to get dressed up, I don't have to do this, I don't have to do that. I personally don't like working from home. Never wanted to work from home, mainly because I don't want my job in my house. It's so funny because people will be like, "Oh, keep your home stuff out of the workplace," but now they want your home to be the workplace, and so it's just like interesting. Like, and then also it's like I don't want to be, attached to a computer. You know what I'm saying? Like with my job, like if it was like my last job before, where I was more like calling leads and things of that nature, I don't think I would mind it as much because I don't have to be in front of a phone 24/7 to get to deal with whatever. I can just be in the room, in the living room. We were required to make like 75 calls a day. Like that's 15 calls an hour, somewhere around there. So it's just like you can make, and, half the people ain't picking up. You know, you can make 15 calls and might talk to one person, and so it's just like you can do all that really within like 10, 15 minutes, 20 minutes tops if you don't, if you probably on the shorter side of things if you don't actually engage with a person. So it's not that bad if you're working from home in that capacity. But when it's like inbound where you're constantly, or I'm stuck to a computer, I can't maneuver, can't do anything while at home, that I don't like it at all. But
Yeah.
but yeah, so yeah, took the half day off. Got lollipops and glasses. She has astigmatism, so she got her some glasses, and they went to Chipotle, grabbed some stuff to eat. So yeah, it was a solid day Saturday. The Duchess was in DC, so I was just by myself with the girls. Um, but yeah, man, yeah, it was a good day overall, good weekend overall, good week overall. But yeah, let's get to these topics, man. So the first thing I want to talk about, we had some technical issues last week, so we didn't get to drop a podcast last week. But we're not going to really focus on. There's only one topic I wanted to talk about that we had on the docket for last week that I wanted to touch on today, and that's the cheating scandal with Mike Vrabel and Diana Rossini. Um, Shout to Michael Jackson. I wish I had a button for the Dirty Diana. You know what I'm saying? I wish I had a button and they weren't copyrighting everything because I hit him with the Dirty Diana right now. Um, but yeah, it's an unfortunate situation for the husband and the wife that were involved. My issue is, why is it that she's the one who gets disciplined and he's not the one who gets disciplined? And I've almost never, I can't remember a time where two people had an affair and the woman was the only person who got in trouble or got in trouble at all. Example, Ime Udoka. You know what I'm saying? Where and it's just like, oh, the NFL's not going to investigate it. And it's like, well, there's not much to investigate. Who be taking these pictures of these people? But when me and Zero saw them in the pool with the interlocked fingers,
Yo,
you can't be interlocking you can't be interlocking, dog. And
no,
then trying to be like, oh, we were just hanging out. Nah, man. This right here, relationship. Because you ain't
exactly,
even holding your own kids' hands like that.
exactly. You got that knot. You got that.
Yeah, you interlocking, man. You can't interlock the fingers, dog. If you interlocking the fingers, you interlocking elsewhere. But yeah, I need an explanation.
Well,
Why doesn't Mike Vrabel have any? Because I'm trying to like Ime Udoka. Who is it? Bobby? Was it Bobby Petrino
yeah, it was
that
about
that he got in a car accident or something like
a
that
motorcycle accident with his
with the side piece?
yeah.
I think Rick Pitino had an issue as well, and Urban Meyer had a situation. Um, In fact, Urban Meyer also had a situation where it was a domestic abuse situation that didn't even involve him, and he got disciplined for it. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, how is it like? I need to find out what the over under is on the Patriots because I gotta bet the under now. I got to. Or he might be like Kobe, you know what I'm saying? Like when Kobe had his scandal going on and just blew, just dropping 96 a game. I don't know. Rest in peace to Kobe, but yeah, I don't get it. I don't understand why the NFL has no interest in this.
Yeah, that is interesting for them to not have any interest in the situation or not gonna investigate at all. But I don't think Rossini was let go. I think she resigned, and she only had like she only had a couple of months left on her contract anyway. They weren't gonna hire her back after this, but still, I think she resigned. I don't think she got let go.
Mm,
But
okay,
it's yeah, it's weird because I know today I saw like a whole conclave of tweets like dating back to 2000 where it seemed like it wasn't even just it was just like her her coverage of Vrabel, like dating all the way back to 2000. There were folks tweeting back then. It was like, are y'all messing around or something?
really?
Yeah, it was like all the way back in 2000. The folks were questioning whether or not things were things were really going down like that. So yeah, so it was pretty interesting to say the least anyway. Um I don't know if it's because yeah, because what's it called? Like anything like domestically, um, um well, it's yeah, anything domestically you would think that they would go into it. That's where it throws me off. Because well, did Robert Kraft get disciplined for his happy ending scandal?
Good question.
Because yeah, because I don't know if it would be I don't know what Vrabel would classify as. It was like, it's not like the Patriots get a competitive advantage with him messing with a reporter. It's clearly infidelity, unless infidelity doesn't fall into uh conduct detrimental to the team or to the league. Yeah, this one is very interesting how it's just like, his Vrabel. That's what it feels like. His Vrabel.
It feels like the NFL already knew about it, and no, Robert Kraft did not face any. Oh, the charges were dropped. Well, he's a billionaire. Who knows? Who knows if he? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
no, them charges were dropped because he was like, look, I got it. He looked and he said, I got enough money to wrap y'all up in this lawsuit for years. Do you really want to
What was
do this?
that? Is that a lawsuit though? is a crime.
Got you.
Yeah, he committed a crime. It wasn't somebody saw him.
He said,
He
"Come
got
on."
he got busted in the raid.
He said, "Come
But
on,
charges
I'm
will
level
ultimately
fast."
drop mainly because it's like the great American philosopher Meek Mill once said, "Judge already paid. What the f I need bail for?" You know what I'm saying? Like you got that kind of bread, man. You know what I'm saying? You just hey 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 hey. I ain't kill nobody. I ain't hurt nobody.
Yeah,
This needs to go away. Yes, sir. Yes, sir, Mr. Kraft. I'm friends
yeah.
with I'm real close friends with the mayor and the commission. So let's see if you gonna act right.
Where did his happen at? In Florida?
It don't even matter. I'm real good friends with the mayor and the commissioner.
Yo, this niggas doing hot things in hot states because it's like I think his happened in Florida. He got busted.
Yeah, the
Vrabel,
fact that she lied,
Arizona.
she was like, "Yo, it was a gathering with a lot of colleagues, but y'all were the only ones in a y'all
I
were the only
know.
ones doing this. The interlocking of the fingers. Look, you got
Yo, interlocking at a resort is crazy.
yo. She's not. I don't know if I just haven't seen her on TV in a while. She's not a bad looking lady. She's not a bad looking lady. So I was like, I don't remember her looking like that.
Yeah, because
But
because
yeah,
there I know there was other stuff that was popping up like her on live television being like, saying, "Oh, your husband needs a your husband needs a," her mother saying something about her husband, like your husband needs a girlfriend or something. So like some nonsense like that. It was like, is that really something you want to be talking about? But what do I
yeah.
know? What do I know?
Yeah,
I can't be a professional.
your husband need a girlfriend. You chose to be the girlfriend. You know, like you can't be out here in public with it though, man. It's too many cameras.
Girlfriend,
You know what I'm
I'm gonna
saying?
tell your husband he
Yeah.
love you. Woohoo! Our fingers interlocking.
Shout out to Michael Jackson. This is a Michael Jackson day, people. We got Dirty Diana. We got girlfriend.
and now that and now that she resigned, she's out of my life.
I wonder, do you break it off? Like when you get caught red-handed like that, you might as well just own it and be like, you know what, yeah, we getting married. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, go ahead and file for the divorce, get married. You're gonna get who the spouse who's been getting cheated on is gonna win the case. So
Mm.
just cut your losses. You know what I'm saying? They getting the house, the car, the kids, and the dog.
You nothing but.
So yeah, yeah, that's all I had to say about that situation. But with the NFL draft happened, what do you think about your team's draft?
Trash. Is like, look, because and the thing about it is, I don't want to talk about like, they traded away our first round draft pick for this year in the Travis Hunter trade. It's like, look, like for Jags fans, get over it. Like honestly, it happened. It happened. Get over it. But my thing is, the you your first pick of the second round is a guy that you probably could have gotten in the fifth. Is crazy to me. You got a guy who had you had a guy before he went to transfer to A&M. I don't I can't remember what his last name was. It was something. It sounded like a flavor of bratwurst. But it was like before he went to A&M. I think he had 19 total catches before he matched that 19 at A&M. His 1 year at A&M. It was like you got. I hated that pick because they drafted a tight end later on who was a pass catcher but can't block. So you got a blocking tight end who barely catches the ball. Then you got a pass catching tight end who can't block. That's incredible. I know our best pick was the guard that we got from Oregon. If I give yeah, but then when we need to replace a linebacker, we draft a dude in the seventh round from Middle Tennessee that doesn't even have any highlight film. No highlight film. And drafted two wide receivers. One of them I'm okay with. This is a big dude, but the other one it was like he should have been an undrafted free agent. But the way the draft went, um, I'll give it a I'll give it a C minus, maybe a D, because the first pick made no sense. Your second pick was a need that it was a need, but you could have gotten somebody that was more talented rather than just a run stuffing guy because our issue was interior pass rush and you draft a run stuffer, an undersized run stuffer. And this is not a Aaron Donald situation. It's like you get a guard who could have went in the first round and the third. You get an unathletic safety. The pass rusher I saw I think it was his last name. I think it was Wesley Williams. Now, what's it called? I liked his film, but a pass rusher with only 2 sacks and you're a starter is a problem. But but I liked the guard. I think his last name was Pregnon. I like him. I like the James Coleman, the wide receiver from Baylor pick, because he could do multiple things. And I like the Wesley Williams pick, even though the numbers don't translate, yeah, don't look good. The film looked good. But other than those three picks, everything else was like, yeah, we could have done a whole lot better than what we did. But I give it a C minus.
So Mel Kiper dropped his grades day after the draft was over. I'm just gonna go over his best ranked and worst ranked teams. The Cleveland Browns, he gave an A. Dallas Cowboys, he gave an A. Raiders, he gave an A. And the Eagles, he gave an A. And those were all the A's. The Jets were an A minus to him. I was okay with the draft. I don't got a whole lot to say about it. I knew we were going to go defense, and I know we got a tight end. I'm not sure. I don't know if Geno Smith favors throwing a tight end, so I'm not sure if I like that pick right now because I'm pretty sure Brock Bowers had a pretty big drop off. Um, and when it comes to his worst um, grades, his lowest grades were C's, and it was. Uh, Niners, the Vikings, and the Jaguars. Where is three losses? So, um,
Worst pick of the entire draft was Ty Simpson at 13.
yeah, that was questionable, very questionable, just because you know you probably could have traded that pick for next year and got a more quality guy to take over from Matthew Stafford. Because even if Matthew Stafford, which they say he's been contemplating retirement, I just don't think that Ty Simpson is that guy. But everybody's like, "Hey, I love his tape. I love his tape. I love his tape." The tape tells me this. The tape tells me that. And then all of a sudden, you look up and they're like, without the game footage that I saw, me, I'm not going to act like I'm a quarterback or an NFL coach. I didn't see nothing impressive enough about him for the Dan Orlovsky's, the Greg Cosell's of the world, saying like he had really good tape to be a first round pick. You know, also the school that he came out of. Like, yeah, all right. Everybody who listens to this podcast knows there's a lot of things I hate. Canelo Alvarez, Kevin Durant, Alabama quarterbacks. So this is not it's not a surprise that I hate Alabama. I'm talking negatively about the Alabama quarterback, but that Alabama quarterback fits the description. Caucasian, not very athletic, but for some reason just skyrockets up draft boards.
It happens every year.
Every year there's one. Every year there's one. And it's just like he happened to be the one this year, and the Rams, who weren't in desperate need for a quarterback, took him. Some people were saying that they didn't think the pick was as bad they uh, as they thought. Mel Kiper says this still makes little sense to me. The Rams were 4 points from reaching the Super Bowl in February. Won 12 games. The offense looked unstoppable outside of facing Seattle. They brought back league MVP Matthew Stafford. They added corners, but they picked the quarterback.
Dude, they must know something we don't know.
Oh, it is Stetson Bennett. That's the backup. We were talking about it yesterday because we couldn't figure it out, or we couldn't remember what type of it. It is Stetson Bennett. So yeah, other than that, I think they're just pulling Aaron Rodgers, except Ty Simpson ain't no Jordan Love. Or who knows? Maybe he is. I don't know. I don't get it. So yeah, that was a strange pick that everyone's talking about. But overall, the draft is the same thing. Like there's a controversial pick that don't make sense, or somebody drops that doesn't make sense, and we don't know anything until they hit the field. And hopefully all the guys who look like they should be successful are successful. And they have great careers because the NFL needs great players. Yeah, so keeps us entertained and all that stuff. So yeah, the draft was, but I'll say, like I said about the Jets draft, I didn't get too much into it. I liked the four picks that we made in the first 50 picks. I liked all of them. Personally, I think I would have rather had Downs, but as being I love defensive backs and defensive back play, so that's just me being a little biased. I do understand that everything comes from up front, and I like the corner that we ended up drafting anyways. Who I think his name is. Um, ponds, some body of water. But yeah. So I like the picks. But it's the Jets. Until we've drafted well for a decade, we can't get the quarterback position right. Then we traded up to get some random quarterback that at least he had better stats than Ty Simpson. At least he had better numbers. But yeah, don't make no sense. Um, and y'all had 10 picks. So I'm surprised. That's unfortunate. The Jaguars had 10 picks and didn't really do a whole lot with it. But yeah, so that being said, we are moving on to the next topic. We got we got um, Michael Beasley on the podcast Couch Crime again. Um, he the dude just broke down, talked about his time with the Heat, talked about no Lake. He had time with the Heat, but it was his. I think it was his time with the Lakers when he started crying about like people laughing at him and his mom had just passed away and or his cousin had just passed away and his mom was about to pass away. But from what I saw, because I didn't get a chance to watch the full video or interview, but from what I saw, I wonder if LeBron and them knew that he was going through what he was going through because Michael Beasley has seemed like somebody who keeps a lot of stuff to himself. So when they laugh at him, did they laugh at him knowing that he was going through some stuff? And also, sometimes, as somebody who both of our parents died before I turned 30, so like sometimes you need a laugh, and sometimes it's yourself who you laugh at when you're going through those things, you're going through the grieving process and everything like that. So they may have not meant anything by it, and but maybe they did know. I don't know. He didn't go. From what I saw, it didn't. It's not like Shannon asked, like, well, did they know about it or whatever? Did they know that was going on with you? And it seems like, Michael Beasley does keep a lot to himself, and he does, you know, um, put a lot on himself. Um, but yeah, what did you think about the interview? What did you think about Shannon Sharp's conversation with Michael Beasley? What do you think about Michael Beasley? Like, the one thing I do like is that he wasn't talk. The last time I seen him have a lengthy interview, he was talking about being sexual about basketball. So I'm glad that it didn't go that way.
Well, yeah, I thought it was pretty interesting. Like, it seemed like when he pours his heart into everything. Like I said, if they were like that whole situation, it's like if it really went down the way he said it went down, it's like, damn, you. It seemed like you go through anything, you can't turn to anybody, huh? It's like what it seems like. Like you can't turn to anybody to try to even get some sort of empathy, some sort of any sort of love, any sort of anything. I was like, but like I like when he talked about like when he was talking about iron sharpens iron. When he was talking about the folks coming to the gym and challenging him to one on ones, it was like him with all the one yeah with him winning that one on one against Lance Stevenson is like I guess folks when they find the gym they're like yo I'll pay you this much to play me to play you one on one. And I was like hey. It's like we could play 1-on-1. I'll bust your ass for free. It's like, but it's like this can be a workout for the both of us to improve or get better, not just for no. I challenge Beasley to 1-on-1, yeah, to a 1-on-1, and I bet him this much money just to get the clout. But it's like, yeah, but it's like it reminded me of the Pivot podcast um interview where he was just like, man, I just want a ball. He was just pouring his all into that. But like you said, it just seems like he's a really private person until something makes him want to wants to put it all out there. And yeah, well, he wants to put it all out there, and it was like, showing that, I mean, they basketball players show it, but it's like he's human, just like everybody else. I just play. It's like all I did was play basketball. All I wanted to do was play basketball. It's like basketball is his therapy. Basketball is his solace. Basically, that's what it seemed like to me. But seriously, these niggas need to stop trying to challenge Beasley to 1-on-ones. You said it yourself. The way he was talking about basketball.
Bro,
Why would you even walk in with a bag of money talk about challenges? So
bro, that would terrify me. That would terrify me. But like some people are just fearless. Some people just be like, it ain't gonna be me. And then it's you. But like I would say, there was one part of the interview where Shannon asked him about Delonte West. And he was like, like, how does that make you feel? And he was like, it don't make me feel nothing. And he was like, man, like I was a teammate that like he was going through a lot. And he like everybody going through something. Like and it's like some people I saw people in the comment section like, oh, he was up there crying, looking for sympathy, which I don't think that's what he was doing. It just made him emotional by thinking about that. I don't think he was looking for anything. But yeah, a lot of people go like y'all making fun of Karl Anthony Towns, but Karl Anthony Towns had to play basketball when his mother died of COVID. You know what I'm saying? It's just like there's other basketball players, NBA players who have drug addiction issues. But for some reason, Delonte West has this massive thing against him. And apparently Mark Cuban reached out to him, got him up, got him into rehab, got him into a place, and he abandoned that. You know what I'm saying? We was talking about him yesterday. Justin Blackman. You know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, and it's funny because I was talking to my supervisor because he's a 49ers fan. We were talking about Justin Blackman the day before because I'm like, oh, it's just you would think that like I can't believe somebody would let alcohol ruin a multi-million-dollar career. And Justin Blackman was an animal. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like I can only imagine what he would have became, but nobody's talking about it. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like I don't know why. I guess because Delonte West was on the street, but a lot of these dudes probably on the streets.
and Delonte West is never gonna get. Folks are gonna hate Delonte West over the LeBron mother rumors.
Nah. There was a lot. No, I don't think anybody cares about that because like there was a lot of stuff. I've seen people like making jokes saying like LeBron set this up because of whatever, but like no, but there's been an overwhelming sympathetic
Hmm.
thing when it comes to Delonte West. Like so, it's just like I don't I don't think anybody even like cares about that or I haven't. I've seen people make jokes about it, but not saying like he deserves it because of that, or they don't care because of that. It's
Hmm.
just, You know what I'm saying? It's just he's going through whatever. Like I said, Mark Cuban put him up, and he just after a while he just left and went back to the streets. So there's people who are like that. So it's just like Beasley said, like, yo, everybody goes through stuff. So it's just like, okay, just because you see it with him, and he didn't necessarily say this in the part of the interview that I read, because I read the transcription of it. It's just like, yo, like we all go through stuff. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and it's up to us to either perform or not perform. It's up to us to deal with it or not deal with it. Delonte West, whatever he got going on, he's choosing to deal with it through addiction. That's not a way of dealing with it. That's a way of numbing yourself from it. So, but shout out to Mike Beasley. To be honest, I remember when they got drafted. I was definitely wrong about this, but when they got drafted, I thought he should have been the first overall pick. But I didn't know Derrick Rose was from Chicago. If I didn't know that, I was like, of course. But like, I thought he was a better player coming out of college. And Derrick Rose had the better career by far. Um, Stayed in the league for a long time and won an MVP as well. Um, so yeah, man, it's unfortunate that he had to deal with that, you know what I'm saying? And the fact that he even like didn't speak to his mom for years, and then like, right when he was starting to get a relationship back with her, she passes away. That's very unfortunate, but be blessed that you even got to mend that. You know what I'm saying? Because like with our father, I was definitely on the outs with him just because he was, he wasn't he was living with me, but yeah, he was very distant, wasn't connecting with the kids, even though he was like, oh, I'm gonna do this with the kids, I'm gonna do that with the kids. Didn't do any like, and so it's just like, all right, he wasn't much of a dad to us. You're not, usually you be like, all right, I'm the great grandpa. Wasn't a grandpa to them. He was just another person in the house. And so, whatever unresolved issues we may have had, they never got resolved. So, but shout to Mike Beasley. Shout out to Mike Beasley and Shannon Sharp with that interview. Did you see the Ray J thing on Cam Newton's podcast?
Yeah, anything Ray J, I don't subscribe to.
Um, since you didn't, I ain't gonna spend too much time on it, but I'm just gonna say that dude is weird. There's something wrong with that guy. Cam Newton asked him if he was gay, and that dude moonwalked all over that thing. He was just like, yeah, why does it matter if I'm gay? And he's like, people like people. And like saying all these, because he said to somebody, apparently, I'm going to knock you out and put you in the bed with me. Like,
Look, look, because I heard, so when the whole Brandy situation happened, like Brandy was, I think the rapper Shine was on talking to Cam and Mace, and he was saying that there was something that was going on between him and Brandy, and then Ray J called himself defending Brandy, but then he was talking about bending Mason Cameron over. And yeah, and doing things to them. And then Brandy came out. She was like, I don't need nobody to defend me. But then ever since he said that, he's just been reckless with the talking about bending folks over. There was even
you,
footage
you
of
remember when he was going off about Fabulous? And he
yeah.
was like, and he was on the live radio saying, I'll get my gay niggas to do things to your booty and stuff like that. Like, bruh.
Nah, he was talking about himself.
Yeah, so is Ray J gay?
Gay, gay.
I would say just the fact that Like, if you're not gay, just from how dudes are, if you're not gay, you just say it. You don't. You don't like be like, oh, what does it matter if I'm gay? And he's like, but apparently he said, I guess Ray J didn't want to answer it technically because he asked him. He said he asked him that the last time he was on the show. I didn't know he was on the show once,
Yeah,
but
that's even worse.
yes. So he said he asked him that last time. I'm assuming he said no last time, but now, because even like there was like the thing where he was at Castanat's house and stuff like that, and he
Mm.
was doing weird stuff. I'm just like, bruh, I don't know, man. Shout out to Cam Newton. I'm definitely not shouting to Ray J. Something wrong with that guy.
Yeah, there was footage of him and the singer Sammy, and they were arguing, and then all of a sudden he was talking about he was like he over here mad, but he looking real cute right now. Something to that nature. It was like, and it's if I was Sammy, I would have punched him right in his face on camera because you ain't gonna sit here argue with me and then talking about I'm looking cute and you talking about trying to do things. It's like no, the only thing that's gonna get done is you get transported to the hospital. Blunt force trauma.
Yeah. Um. All right. So you sent me this. I want to discuss this with you. This was how to build a great NFL roster.
Oh Jesus.
So is this true or racist or both? Quarterback white, running back black, wide receiver black and shifty, second wide receiver black and big, third wide receiver white and gritty, tight end white, um, offensive lineman Samoan or Nigerian, um, center Midwest white, defensive lineman Nigerian, nose tackle Samoan, cornerback Jits.
I guess the niggas from the ghetto.
Uh, what? That's what the
I forgot where that slang term comes from. Um,
safety, one black, one white. Linebacker, white with long hair, plus big black dude. Um,
they said jit is a slang term primarily used to describe a young person, kid, or inexperienced individual. The term originates within South Florida black slang.
okay, that's stupid.
So what? Do you get your? They want you to get your
Yeah,
quarters from South Florida. Is that what you're trying to say? Just say black.
yeah, I don't know why that was put there. Is this true or racist or both? It's racist. Period.
It's always.
It's always. It's always racism. Like I just want to think about Super Bowl champions. Okay, so the last Super Bowl champion, this recent one, was a white guy at quarterback. The two before them were black dudes. No, the four, the three, the three before them were black dudes because it was Hurts, Mahomes. Then who was it before that? I think it was Stafford before that.
Yeah.
Mahomes before that. Running back black, that's a given. Is there some truth in this? Yeah, because you're not winning a Super Bowl with Scatterboo as your running back.
Because what's it called? The Niners didn't win a Super Bowl with McCaffrey as their running back.
That might be a curse. That might be a curse. Having a white running back might be a curse, yo.
The Steelers
Um,
make the playoffs with Merrill Hodge as their running.
who's the last white running back to win a Super Bowl? Because I don't think John Riggins got one.
No, John Riggins got one.
Does he? Okay.
Yeah,
He was on the Washington team when they won?
yeah. It's that famous run.
Ah,
It's like I think it was like 44 something. I forgot what the I know the play was 44 something, and he
44 trap.
mm, it might have been 44 trap. He's like he went off tackle, he broke, yeah, he went off tackle, he broke, yeah, he had broke a tackle and he ran downfield for the touchdown. I think they were playing Miami, and yeah, he made that famous play where it was like, oh, the old man breaks a tackle and he outruns everybody.
Um, Wide receiver one, black and shifty. I don't think JSN is shifty. He might be it. I'm trying to
Because I
think
think
of.
you would think
Yeah, no,
he
he's
primarily,
shifty. He's shifty.
yeah, even though he's the number one receiver, he's primarily playing a slot.
He plays a lot of slot. Cooper Cup did as well.
Hmm. But he's the feisty.
But or gritty,
So
gritty,
gritty.
which I don't even know what that means.
Yeah, you know, it's another way of saying he's a blue collar player. He does the dirty work.
Yeah, yeah, like okay. Um, Big black wide receiver. I don't. I think for the most part, most teams are constructed to have a a quicker guy
Yeah, the route
and a
runner.
bi- and a big guy. Like there's the possession receiver and the deep threat kind of thing. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? Like I think that's on every team. So is it? I don't know. They're always big black dudes for the second wide receiver because
Yeah.
a possession receiver doesn't necessarily mean that you're big.
Mhm.
You
You
know,
just somebody that's good at getting open,
yeah,
and you're not very fast, but you know how to manipulate space.
yeah. Cooper Cup.
You gonna average about 12 to like 11 to 13 yards per reception, but we ain't gonna
Yeah,
you're
we're
the
not
chain,
throwing 50-yard bombs to you.
yeah. It's like you the chain mover, and we got our guy who can get open, and he got the speed to get away. And it's like, no, you're not that guy.
Yeah,
You're removing the sticks or a red zone threat.
I don't know if every third wide receiver is white that's been on a Super Bowl team. I don't think that every Super Bowl team has had a white wide receiver because the Chiefs nor the Eagles have a white wide receiver.
Yeah, they don't.
Now the Seahawks did. This sounds like the Seahawks roster.
Nah,
This
I don't
feels
think
like
they
the
have a
Seahawks
Samoan.
roster.
They don't have a
How
Samoan.
many Samoan offensive linemen or Nigerian offensive linemen are there?
Not many.
That one, like the only Samoan lineman I can think of off the top of my head is Penny Sewell. He definitely ain't been in no Super Bowls.
Um, Let me think. Yeah, I can't think of none off the top of my head.
Midwest white. I don't know where these guys are from that play center.
A
So
lot of
a
a lot
lot
of
of
the
centers are white though.
which made but that was but
Actually,
the
I
thing
can't think of a black center.
now here's the thing. When they said about the offensive lineman being Nigerian or Samoan, it was like not they should change that to Big Ten, Big 12, where it's like the line, the line is Midwest white because
Yeah,
a lot of the offensive linemen really come from like the
like
Iowa
Iowa. Yeah.
and the Michigans, the Penn States, like
Well,
Nebraska
Well, you got to think about where they're actually from, because just because they went to those schools don't mean they're actually
doesn't mean
from
that they're there.
from that region. So that's what I'm like. No, like the Iowas, like people who are from Iowa, they tend to be, offensive linemen.
I would have said I would have said Big Ten or Big 12 white. It's like still white, but
Yeah, I can't think of a white center. Now that I'm thinking about it.
white center or black
I mean,
center.
black center.
Yeah, who the hell was the last one? Like Rodney Hudson when he played for the Raiders.
Can't think of a single black center. Is that one of those things where it's racism as well?
Yeah, it always it's
It's
always.
always. You know what? You know what? Maybe not. Maybe like a black guy is too athletic to play center. You see what I'm saying? It's like you got them good feet to to not protect the blind side. Get the hell up to the outside and
Yep.
stop playing
Yo,
around with me.
yo, what's it called? No, the closest they'll get to center is guard
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
because
That's what they said. But I don't know why they said Nigerian. I can't think of. I'm sure, like again, I'm not gonna act like I know a bunch of offensive linemen's names, but I think one of our offensive linemen has an African sounding name. Um, I can't think of the roster right now.
um Fashanu.
Yeah, that's him. That's him. That's him. See, Zero knows my roster better than I do. But I ain't a diehard Jets fan. I ain't a diehard Jets fan anymore. There was a time where I knew the whole thing. There was a time where I knew every NBA roster, like all of them, all 30 teams. And I'm like, man, you ask me to name three players on any team. I'm cooked. I'm cooked. You're like, man, it's just Lando, how you
Name
got.
three players that aren't starters.
Yeah,
You got me.
right. Yeah, right. I'm looking like Charles Barkley and who he played for.
But but the
But
Samoan I so defense when they said the
defensive lineman, Nigerian, I can see. I'm thinking the names that I'm thinking about KGB. I'm thinking about OC Umiura. I'm thinking about like when he says
Ali.
like when he says when they said Nigerian, those names like just came to me. But
Yeah.
I'm like, but then when I'm thinking about, who was the old boy that had who played well in the Super Bowl? Um, I think he
Uh-huh.
was number eight or 18. I think he had an African name, if I'm not mistaken. So, um, Samoan.
No, but that was the thing when
Who's a
um
Samoan nose tackle
the
or
last
like interior one? The only one I can think of is Haloti Nada.
the last one I can remember was Demita, I think it's Demito Pecco. It played for the
Yeah, I remember him.
played
I
for the
remember him.
oh it's Boye Mafe or no Uchina Nwusu. That was the guy.
Yeah, yeah, okay, okay. Yeah. So I thought of him. I couldn't remember his name, but when he said Nigerian, I thought, or whoever made this post, I thought of him. Couldn't think of nobody Samoan. I'm like, I don't know if there's that many Samoan players in the NFL. And are they on? The thing is, it says how to build a great NFL roster. Are they on rosters that are consistently competing for Super Bowls? Like, is that what this is made up of? And I just don't, whatever the hell legit is.
And what's it called? There's a when I look up Samoan linemen, uh you like you say you got Panay Sewell. They just the Giants just drafted a Samoan guy. Um Maui Gua, I think it's a Maui Gua. They just drafted him on Thursday. Then you got Jordan.
There was a guy that came out of the draft last year that I really liked coming out of the draft. I can't think of his name.
Yeah, you got yeah, they just brought up Spencer Fanu, who got drafted on Thursday. Jordan Mailata. Yeah, a lot of them are offensive linemen. Or yeah, a lot of the who's on this list is offensive linemen, but two of them on this list got drafted a few days ago.
Yeah, there was a guy that was on, and I can't even think of what team he got
Oh,
drafted.
Vita Vea. I forgot about him.
Vita Vey. I didn't know he was. I didn't. I never seen him play, so I didn't. I didn't know that because the Buccaneers games that I've seen recently,
Hmm.
he was hurt, so I never seen him actually play. Um,
Yeah, I'm looking. There was like Isaac.
he's definitely not a Super Bowl. He ain't been in no Super Bowl. So,
The
what team
Isaac,
has a combination of black and white safeties?
um, the Vikings.
Who's their safeties?
I don't know who the black safety is, but I know Harrison Smith is still on.
Stop lying to me, dog. You're lying. There ain't no way Harrison Smith is still in the league, bro.
Yes, Harrison Smith is still on a roster.
He is not starting football games, yo.
Yes, he is starting football games.
That dude been in the league.
He is Larry Nance niggas. Yeah, he don't have a number. He another one who ain't got a number in the next to years as pro. It's a years as a pro. It just says years.
Yo, no, I gotta look this up. You lying? Oh, ain't no way that dude is still in the league.
This
And you know
dude,
what's gonna piss me off? You know what's gonna piss me off? I'm gonna look up Harrison Smith. And he's gonna be on a roster, and it's gonna say he's been in the league for like 5 years. I know I'm exaggerating with that, bruh. He's older than me. No, he's younger
oh,
than me.
he actually. Hold on, hold on, hold on,
He's
hold
a
on,
few months younger than me.
hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on. I think he just retired at the end of the year.
Uh,
Oh, it said no. I don't think he actually retired. I think he's it's because there's an article says Smith's decision to play another season could further impact his Hall of Fame resume.
ain't no way this dude's a Hall of Famer, yo.
This dude been playing for 14 years.
14 seasons. Oh man, he might be a Pro Bowl. Six Pro Bowls or Hall of Famer.
I was like, he might
30,
be a Pro
30,
Bowler.
30, 39, 39, 39 interceptions, six Pro Bowls. He might be a Hall of Famer. He might not be first ballot.
Yeah,
Fred Taylor better get in before he do.
like what's it called? The Eagles.
There ain't no way this dude is still in the league, man.
Eagles got a black and white safety. It's Reed Blankenship.
I thought Blankenship was a linebacker.
No, Blankenship is not a linebacker.
Oh my gosh.
You know what makes it sad is the fact that when I'm naming these players, I can't think of the black safety, but I know who the white safety
because
is.
they're so rare. It's a
Like
rare occasion.
Jacksonville last year, it was Andrew Wingard and Antonio Smith.
I'm
Wait,
trying to think of the best safety tandems I can think of.
where it was black and white
No, just
or
I'm not thinking about
period.
race. I'm just talking about period. Jim Leonard and Ed Reed, they were black and white.
Yeah. Uh,
Earl Thomas and Cam Chancellor, both black. Um, who were those? Troy Polamalu, Ryan Clark, both. Well, they're not both black, but they're both minorities. It's hard to think of safety tandems. I'm trying to think. 'Cause I can't even think of this. Man, I know my memory's going bad. Because I remember when the Jets had like four really good defensive backs. We had no, I think Jim Leonard was part of that.
yeah, he was.
But who was the other safety? Who was the other safety? It was Revis.
Was it? Was it Dewan Landry?
I think so. I don't remember. Um, what other great safety tandems are there? Like within the last 15 years, 20 years. There ain't been that many great safety tandems.
Yeah, safety tandems are. It seemed like safety tandems are just as rare as corner tandems.
Yeah.
It's like because it's like a lot of niggas with it's like one guy can get a whole bunch of big numbers, but it's because they're avoiding the actual talented guy. It's a nigga finished the year with like 8 interceptions, but Revis is on the other side.
Yeah.
Are you
No,
throwing?
because that's what it was with Cromartie. I think Cromartie, all the years that he played with us, he led the team in interceptions.
Because I'd much rather test Cromartie than test Revis.
Yeah. You
It's
know
like
that's an incomplete pass.
it's like you're better off. It's like you're better off throwing the ball into the dirt than throwing it at Revis. Yeah, it's really hard to, yeah, because my
Like,
man,
like I can't even think of the other safety for the Bucks. Like there was John Lynch and somebody else.
because there's Dexter Jackson, but Dexter Jackson was,
I thought he was a linebacker for some reason. But he wasn't an elite safety though.
yeah, because it just seemed like it's an elite safety and the other guy.
Yeah. But the other guy's usually not white. That's the issue with the roster. It's usually not another white guy. Then last but not least, linebacker, white with long hair, plus big black guy.
But you said the linebackers,
Yeah.
white with long hair.
Other than Clay Matthews, I can't think of any linebacker that fits that description.
There was Anzalone that plays
Okay.
for the Lions, and Van Ginkel. That's it.
Yeah.
Uh, uh,
If they would have just put black everywhere but maybe quarterback and offensive line,
yeah.
I probably would have co-signed it. Probably would have co-signed. But no, tight end, because I don't trust black tight ends no more.
So I was looking.
Fast black tight ends. Vernon Davis let me down. Kyle Pitts let me down. OJ Howard let me down. I don't trust him no more.
So there was a. I know they're not mixed, but they had Devin McCourty and Patrick Chung.
Who for what?
Uh,
Safety tandems or black
Safety.
and white? Oh, okay. No, they were good. They were good.
Yeah,
Yeah, they
Micah
were good.
Hyde and Jordan Poyer.
I don't remember Jordan Poyer at all. I do remember Michael Hyde.
Uh, it's like Cliff Harris and Charlie Waters. So that's black and white. It was Cliff Harris is white, but that was like
I don't even know who that is.
that was the 70s. And they had Jake Scott and Dick Anderson from the 70s no name defense. They combined for 83 career interceptions.
That's good.
They said Troy Polamalu and Ryan Clark or Mike Mitchell.
Don't remember Mike Mitchell at all.
Oh, I remember Mike Mitchell. he was he was the
Was he the safety that Tom Brady picked on?
no
Who was that guy?
um damn, his name was on the tip of my tongue. Um I know his last name was Smith. I can't remember his name off.
That was the craziest thing I ever seen. I never seen a quarterback run a guy down and talk trash to him.
Now I remember Mike Mitchell. He was the safety that was when the Jaguars played the Steelers in 2017 when Leonard Fournette broke out and then he called him in. Yeah, he waved to him to basically go heads up with him. It was like the dude was inviting the contact. Yeah, they have Ronnie Lawton, Dwight Hicks.
I think who was it? Did they play at the same time? Harry Rhodes and Adrian Wilson.
Oh, let me see.
That was a 10. That those are two because I know they both played for Arizona. I just can't remember if it was at the same time. I know Kerry Rhodes came from us.
Yeah, they played with each other for 2 years, 2010 to 22 or three, from 2010 to 2012.
So yeah,
And both of them were
listen,
released by the team in 2013.
yeah, so yeah, the list is racist. That's the conclusion. First of all, I just anybody listening to this podcast, if the question is it racist? I can't speak for zero, but for me, the answer always has been and always will be yes.
Come on. It's a yes. Like it's a yes.
Because
And then you did,
first
and
of
then you were
all,
being then it was like the white third receiver,
you
and you
forced that in
basically
there.
wanted to say he got to be he was gritty or he's blue. Like
Gritty.
basically another way of saying he's blue collar.
Yeah, because I'm like, I can't even think of that many white wide receivers, let
And then
alone to say that I comprise, like you need that guy to comprise of your roster.
it's like you had to
It
have,
wasn't even like a style like a stylistic thing. You know what I'm saying? It was like that. That's why it's racist. They made it about the racial aspect of it versus it's just like, oh, running back black. And it's just like, yeah, well, all running backs are black except Scatterman. Your defensive backs, Jets, whatever the hell that is. Why couldn't that just be black? You know what I'm saying? Because even the lone white or the one of the I think there's two white corners now. Like I think one plays for the Broncos.
yeah,
And
it was
the
Riley Moss and
other,
and Cooper DeJean, and it just so
and
happened.
Cooper DeJean's I thought he was he's a slot corner,
Hmm.
which is a hard position to play, especially in today's league. So I want to make it seem like it diminishes him. I'm just like he's a slot corner. He's not even like one of like there's times where he's not on the field.
And it's like, yeah, they really thought that they were slick on this. They're to ask it, is this racist? Yes. If you have to ask that question, if you have to ask that question, you already answered your own fucking question.
Yeah. Shout out to racism though. You know what I'm saying? Like where would I be without racism? I don't know, probably king of the world.
Oh, jeez.
Anyways, all right, I gotta get to bed. Let's wrap this up.
All
What's your
right.
partner shot, Big Zero?
My parting shot is Nikola Jokic.
I hate that guy,
Yo,
man.
that dude,
He's getting very close to Kevin Durant.
yo, when McDaniel made that layup and he walked up on him and McDaniel still yoked him up by his jersey.
And they started laughing at him.
You want no parts of Johnny Dangerous.
Bruh, like you I don't know what like you took a cheap shot on Marcus, I think it was Marcus Morris. One of the Morris twins, whoever it was. You took a cheap shot on him, and for some reason you think you're a tough guy. And you get up in people's faces and you're doing this and you're doing that. Like they know you're not really that guy. Everybody knows it. You a hold me back ass nigga. Cut it out. Sorry, go ahead.
Like you trying to you thinking that you could big boy a dude because he made a layup. And they said that was the most effort he had on defense the entire game. Because Rudy Gobert been making your ass look dumb, especially in the fourth quarter. And then it's like you haven't been performing in the fourth quarter. Now you want to start trying to play tough guy. And somebody also said he only did that so the Wolves can get ejections. So there's the Wolves get ejections. So they had less manpower in the game five. It was like they had less manpower that game. What the fuck did you think?
Yeah, Anthony Edwards probably ain't gonna play the second round.
And
That's if
DiVincenzo,
they make it, because DiVincenzo and Edwards is out. So to be honest, that might be the Nuggets' avenue to a win because they lost two scores
yeah.
and their
And,
best scorer at that. Like I can't. I mean, could Julius Randle win them a game? Probably.
but what's it called? I don't want to hear. Now I think DiVincenzo was wearing mid-top shoes. I want to hear what anybody got to say about him blowing his Achilles.
Was it his Achilles?
Yeah, he blew his Achilles.
Uh, they said the last 2 years, everybody who blew their Achilles wore number 0.
Jesus Christ.
And
Yeah,
like, hey,
wearing number 0 and wearing soccer style shoes. Now I think he was wearing mid tops. What we gonna say now?
well, I heard this doctor say it's the shoes, but it's not the low ankle support. It's a high heel. A lot of
Yeah,
his basketball
I-
shoes have a high heel, which doesn't protect the ankle in those positions. So that's more what it is versus it being a low arch. So that's why he said like that's why football cleats they have low heels. So that's why football cleats they don't have that same issue. Um, with like usually, and he also said like usually when a NFL player tears their Achilles, there's contact being made. No other sport has had these non-contact Achilles injuries outside of basketball. Then again, no sport really have a lot of non-contact ACL tears outside of football. So there's some. Well, we know what it is. It's turf.
but yeah, that's my parting shot. Jokic, don't sit here and try to act like a tough guy now when your team is down. You should have had that much, as much effort as you had running after McDaniels. You should have had that much effort during the game, especially in the fourth quarter, because you shoot like 12% from the field in the fourth quarter.
Yeah. Like even when he tried, like when Anthony Edwards got caught with the travel, and then he was about to. It looked like he was holding the ball. Looked like he was about to give it to the ref, and then Jokic just like jumped on him to snatch the ball from him. Like, what are you doing that for? Can't stand that dude, man. I really don't like him. My parting shot is shout out to Michael Jackson, man, or his nephew. I don't know his nephew that played him, but shout out to him specifically.
Jafar.
Jafar, his name is Jafar, like
Mm-hmm.
Aladdin.
Mm-hmm.
That dude got named after a genie.
Mm-hmm.
Well, he definitely displayed phenomenal cosmic power. He was incredible, man. He was the best part of the movie. He was the best thing in the movie. I loved it. I really enjoyed the movie. Am I one of those people who would go watch it again? Movies are too expensive. Y'all got a lot of money. I don't. So, no, but I enjoyed the movie. I heard there's supposed to be a part 2 dropping. I don't know when it'll drop, but whenever it does drop, I'll be there for that as well. Um, and that's it. That's it for us. Thank y'all so much for listening. Thank you so much for watching us on YouTube. And also, hold on. Not everything's a think piece. Saw Van Lathan talking about the movie, and he had this whole thing. Y'all look it up on social media. I ain't gonna get too far into it. I didn't get none of them vibes from that movie. Everything he said, I didn't get. Probably because I don't think about movies that deep, like y'all niggas was doing with Sinners. and like,
Stage. It's
and like
only
y'all,
entertainment.
bruh, that's it. But yeah, that's it. That's it for us. We love y'all. We'll see you next week.